what's up guys, Holding That Ass with you here, bringing you Fairytail, 100-Year Quest manga review, chapter 12, titled The Star and the Lightning. This chapter, hands down, is the best chapter so far of this Fairytail spin-off season. I was thinking, because of the title, The Star and the Lightning, I was thinking probably something from Lucy. Maybe she has like some type of star dress that's lightning based, and she was gonna, I don't know, do something, or maybe her and Ezra, or Ezra herself. I was thinking something like that along the lines. But what I was not expecting is what we got in the thumbnail. Luxus versus Jalal. That I was not expecting at all. And for y'all who don't know, my favorite character has always been Mustango, which is Jalal's counterpart. But he didn't have no magic. He was just using powerful staffs that had magic. So, and we know Jalal is one of the Wizard's 10 Saints. He was number 5. But then the guy with the earth magic moved up to number 5, which we see in his fight with Luxus. And even though Luxus won, he struggled a lot. So, can Luxus beat the previous 5th seed? Who knows? But I hope they do not skip this fight, or they show it, but it doesn't become a fight. It just becomes them arguing, and eventually something happens that, you know, like it doesn't escalate to a fight. Like, I would like to actually see a fight between those two titans. But yeah, that fight. I've been wanting that fight for a long time. Ever since, like, episode, 46, 48? Somewhere there, in the 40s. When, like, Luxus and Mustango first squared off, but then Mustango left because Ezra saw his face. And we never got a part 2 to that. Then later on in the Magic Games, we have Jalal, who's playing as Mustango, next to him, fighting together, so I always thought that eventually these two would collide. But I was like, even though I was hoping it, I never expected it. But now, thanks to this Fairytail spinoff, we might actually get it. And again, I hope they don't skip out on this fight. I really want to see this. Because even though Hero's not drawing it, the new guy that is drawing it for Hero is a pretty good manga artist. And I believe it's one of Hiro Mashima's top employees that is drawing this for him, where he's doing Eden Zero. So really want to see this fight. Really want to see this fight. Can't stress that enough. That'd be the anime equivalent of probably, I don't know, Khabib versus Conor McGregor. I guess for me, at least. Anyway, that's how I feel about it. I really want to see this. Two really good, powerful spellcasters that I both like. So, but yeah, that was like the first half, because Toka and Jalil was arguing, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, and she's denying that she's the white mage. And we found out the white mage is someone who's going around stealing people's magic, and these people are eventually dying because of energy loss. And supposedly Jalil did the background check on her, and it's supposedly is her, and she's over 100 years old, which doesn't put her in the same age as Za'era from Maris or Ezra's mother, Elaine, the Akilogia himself. She's not that 400 plus, but we never know how strong she really is anyway. Just because she's 100 years old doesn't mean that she's weaker. So, age is not a power level, so we don't know what she learned in her over 100 years that she's been living, or what tricks she might have up her sleeve. It's not always the most powerful character that can win. Sometimes it's the one who thinks 10 steps ahead. So, but with Jalal's, condemning her of these crimes, and he's about to grab her to arrest her, that's when, Luxus step in, and they had that little confrontation. Then after that, we get switched over to the boat, where Madmo, Kara, and Scar Rider is at, and basically Karen took Ezra as her pet, and she has Ezra kneeling on all fours, walking around like that as a dog, or beating her and slapping her around and saying mean things to her. And supposedly the spell that she cast on her is temporarily, so eventually Ezra will snap out of it, but if she can use that spell again on Ezra or something more powerful. Who knows if Ezra can beat her a second round? I mean, Ezra was doing pretty good in time with her until that spell kicked in, so who knows? And Natsu just had bad luck, and Gray, I guess, I don't know. But we did get to see Wendy and Natsu. They tied up under the boat, but since the boat's moving, they get motion sickness, so they can't do nothing but just sit there and just hold their throw up. And we have Kyra in front of them, and she's mocking Ezra with her friends, and then when Ezra begs for her friend's life, she sat on her like she's a stool, which got Natsu and Wendy upset, but they really can't do nothing or say nothing because they motion sickness. So, I don't know what's going to happen there. But we didn't get to see Gray. We did see Lucy though. Lucy, the chick, her name's Claire, the water god dragon's apprentice. She's like, since your people came here, nothing but trouble happened. Take my boat and just leave. And she was upset when she said this because, what happened to the water god dragon, and she's crying. So Lucy felt bad and she took the boat and she left with Wendy and Carla. And when they looking for the boat that has her friends, she found another boat. And she ran up to that boat to see if that was, the boat with her friends on. And this person on that boat threw something at her. And when we looked what it was Gray. But he was like pocket size. And she was like, why are you so small, Gray? And when she looked, we saw Brandish. And that was the end of the chapter. Brandish saying hello, and Lucy just being shocked. Her and the cats. But now I can't wait to see that Brandish is here. Brandish is very powerful, but she has a very broken magic, which makes it even worse. Anything she can, in her area of effect, she can either shrink it or enlarge it, so. And you may think to yourself, well, that's not really a big deal, but pretty much it is. If used wisely, yeah. Not to mention, she doesn't just do it on objects. She can use it on living objects as well, so. Brandish is pretty OP in her own right. They even stated that she's known as the Word Destroyer, because she can, country destroyer. Because her magic, she could actually destroy countries in a flash. That's how powerful her magic is. And she had high level magic on top of that, so. And it also said in the chapter that she was not just the country destroyer, that she's even stronger than Makarov. And we know how powerful Makarov is, so. He's Guildmaster / Saint level. I mean, he was, the 6th or 7th seat before? Maybe 5th, somewhere around there? No, Jalal was 5th. So I think he was 6 or 7. And then Josie was under him, so. But yeah, this was a very great chapter. If you haven't read it, I advise you to go read it. Awesome chapter. If you already read it, go read it again. Can't wait for next week's chapter. This chapter is lit this week. But that's all I have for y'all guys today. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts, comments, and prediction down below. Please hit that notification bell so you can get notified of everything I post. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.